Hello there, everybody. It's been a long time since you've seen me, right? So I wanted to make a new video, a reintroduction video, for those of you who have kind of forgotten about me or haven't watched my earlier videos, and also because I have new stuff to introduce. Um, so I preface this video with a quote by one of my favorite poets, Walt Whitman, which is, "Do I contradict myself? Very well then, I contradict myself. I contain multitudes." So if you've watched my videos, you already know that I do a lot of that. So just FYI, I have a cold right now, so that's why I might sound a little weird. Um, no, I'm not on tea. Um, let's see. So just basic stuff to say about myself. I'm 31, and I live in California in the San Francisco Bay Area. I live kind of between San Francisco and San Jose. So if any of you are around here, send me a message if you have any interest in communicating or getting together, because it's pretty isolating in my town. It's hard to make friends except through my work, so I'm always up for meeting new people. Um, let's see. So yeah, the place where I live is pretty liberal for the most part, so that is nice and makes a lot of things easier for me. Um, let's see, my job. I teach at the college level. I teach English, and everybody always thinks that I'm a student, but no, I am a professor. I'm 31. What else? I'm married. I'm legally married. I've been married for 3.5 years, but got legally married about half a year ago. That was very exciting. I'm married to a woman. And background, I came out as liking women when I was 19, which was 12 years ago. It sounds like a long time. Wow. My family has always been very supportive of me, thankfully. And if you're interested in hearing about hobbies and stuff, I mention it because I always wonder all of these basic things about people whose videos I watch. Anyway, I'm an English teacher, so yes, I do love reading. And I like gardening. I especially like gardening succulent plants and cacti. I have a little garden on my balcony of my apartment. I love birds. Oh, out my window I can see a mockingbird taking a drink from this little saucer of water that I've put out there because it's been so dry here in California. Anyway, um, I love road biking, like cycling, not motorcycles. Um, I go to the gym a lot. I like working out. I like the outdoors. I like to go hiking. So, yeah, okay. So, now for the main business, the gender stuff that is my common topic. I'm just taking a second to look at my list of stuff here to talk about. Um, so, as a lot of you already know, I've been debating and exploring my gender identity, I guess you'd say, for about maybe 8 years or so. You know, like consciously and purposefully for about 8 years. And I've made YouTube videos for several years, I don't know, 4 years or something. Um, and my thoughts about my gender identity and my, like, I don't know, struggles or conflicts or whatever keep coming back. Like, as you can see in my previous videos, I've thought on and off for many years about whether I'm trans or not, whether I want to transition, go on T. I've been wondering, or like exploring to what extent I feel male or not. Um, so, the difference this time is that recently, like in the last couple of months or several months, I've been feeling, feeling a lot more access to the male aspects of myself, like internally, as opposed to just thinking. Like I'm contrasting feeling with thinking here, because that has been a gigantic difference for me. Um, I've done so much thinking before, like trying to project how would it feel if I were to transition? What would that be like in the future? How would it be for me at work? And all those things. But that's thinking. Like, you can think for 100 years and not be able to come to a genuine solution, if you want to call it a solution. Because with something like your identity, it's not so much connected to thinking, it's connected to feeling, how you feel on the inside. So if you're not really accessing your feeling, then I don't know, you're not going to get very far. And of course, I always tried to feel things and access my feelings, but it's easier said than done. I don't know. I don't know if I can explain it. So recently, I've been feeling this access to the male aspects of myself. I don't say feeling more male, because that's not totally accurate. It feels like something that had been there, but that I had not accessed, had not been able to uncover or get to. I don't know why, just because the right moment hadn't come, or if I wasn't ready on some level in my mind. I don't know. But anyway, so it's like, it was pretty suddenly. I was like, oh, I feel kind of like a boy on the inside. That's what I thought to myself. Not a man. To me, man sounds kind of, I don't know, like it would take a while to get there, or it's a little alienating in a sense, because when I think of boy and what that means, you can be playful, you can not always be really tough and mature and suave and all. Is that how you say that? I don't even know. So, boy with a Y, not with an I. I don't do boy with an I, because I feel like that's like a female thing, and it's fine if you feel like that. That's totally wonderful, but for myself, I don't do that. I just feel like boy with a Y. So yeah, I was like, I just feel that inside. Because before, when I had wondered about maybe being trans, I had like looked outside of me, like if I was walking around at the store, at school or something, I would think, okay, there's a man, there's a boy, like am I like that? Do I want to be him? And I would think, no, that doesn't feel right to me. I don't feel like that guy. Like I don't want to be him. I don't want to look like that. I don't feel that inside of me. But so I was like looking outside of myself externally. But now recently I've been just feeling what's inside me without comparing myself to anyone, without identifying with anyone outside of myself. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like a boy. And I get it. Like it feels genuine to me. And exciting. That's important to add. This all feels really exciting, which I have not really felt before when I've been thinking about and exploring my gender stuff. It's felt in the past fascinating, interesting, maybe fun, or sometimes stressful. But this time I'm like, it's exciting. Like, I like this feeling, and it would be super exciting if I was able to feel this way more consistently in my life, and to have it recognized and acknowledged by other people. So, it's actually really cool. I'm so thankful for this. It feels really good. Um, yeah, and I've had, like, a couple people, including my wife sometimes, like treat me more male, it's a very subtle thing. It's hard to describe what that means. But anyway, it really resonates with me a lot, and I really like it. It makes me feel really good. So I want to continue with that. I've talked about this with my wife, who is supportive, which is wonderful. Before we were together, we've been together for 9 years. Before that, she had had like relationships of like a couple years or so with 3 different trans guys at 3 different times, not all at once. So she's supportive, and that's great. And I've talked to my brother. He's fine. He's pretty much like, okay, cool. And I've talked to my mom a little bit, and I think it's probably like stressful for her, but for the most part, like at the core, she's really supportive and has asked for me to tell her more. Like, she wants to be more educated about gender stuff, and she says she loves me, and so I'm thankful for that. And I just sort of send out this good energy and wish for other people that they can experience support as well. So anyway, you're probably like, so are you transitioning? What's going on? Well, let me talk about that stuff. So, I would go so far as to say that I'm planning on getting top surgery. I haven't actually, like, made plans, but I'm thinking, like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, because it just sounds exciting to me at this point. Like, before, when I would think about it, I would think about practical stuff, like, what would my students think? Like, if I were otherwise presenting as female, but if they noticed that I had totally flat chest, what would they think? And I would get stressed out about that. But now I'm like, all this feels exciting to me, and that just totally trumps this worry about what other people think. Like, I'm not even thinking about what other people would think. And, like, I don't care, because top surgery would be much better. Like, that would totally outweigh it. So I'm thinking of maybe doing it like this summer. It's pretty soon, 6 months or so, but I've thought about this on and off for like 8 years. I'm like, I really want to do this. It's always on my mind. I really want them gone. It would be super exciting. So it's like, I want to do that. Anyway, what else? The issue of transition. So I'll preface this by saying I reserve the right to change my mind, which I often do. I'm leaning towards transitioning for the reasons that I've already mentioned, and because now that I have this inner feeling of maleness, being a boy, however I want to put that, the physical stuff that used to sort of make me pause, like body hair, or maybe losing my hair, which could be likely because I have the same hair as my dad and he went bald, like, it doesn't bother me as much. I'm like, actually, I can feel how that could be fitting. Not so much going bald, but like body hair, just the effects of tea in general. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I could do that. So I'm kind of doing the test of time right now and just seeing how I continue to feel as the weeks or a couple months go by. And I am talking with a therapist, partially just for general life therapy, but I also did get a new therapist, so I'm not seeing the old one who I talked with about general life stuff. I'm seeing a new one who has had experience with trans people and gender identity issues, because of all this gender stuff that I've just been talking to you about. And that's going pretty well. Well, this video is kind of long. What else should I say? I guess things like I just wanted to be, I want to be acknowledged for who I am by other people at work, strangers, acquaintances, friends, family. I just want to be acknowledged, and that is not happening in my current form, really. But anyway, the thought of in the future being more acknowledged for how I really feel and being treated as more male is exciting to me. Like, I want, why am I saying wanted? I want to be treated like as an equal, or perhaps more accurately as like an insider by other guys. I want to be treated as one of them, just to give one small example of my thoughts. Oh yeah, well, I'll add just a little bit more like about friendships and social types of issues. So lately I've noticed that when I have made sure to hold on mentally to this feeling of being male, like when I'm interacting with other people, it makes a difference. I feel less shy, less insecure, more real. I feel more confident. I feel like I have more to say, even in small conversations at work. So that is kind of mind-blowing for me. It's frustrating to have it only as an inner thing. It would be nice to have it as an outer thing. Like I said before, like where other people can acknowledge me and treat me how I want to be treated. And I think that I might be able to have more friends, better friendships. Now I know that transitioning can make friendships hard because, like, when you meet new people, you have to deal with, like, coming out as trans or not, and I acknowledge that would be really hard. But I think I could probably have more guy friends. I have pretty much had almost no significant guy friends since, like, elementary school because I'm very uncomfortable with guys treating me as a woman. I don't know how to react. I don't know how to talk to them. It weirds me out, and I don't like it. So I think that's a huge part of why I've had almost no guy friends. So it would be nice to change that. I would love to have guy friends, and if it would be harder to make female friends, which I've heard some guys mention, that could actually be okay, because I tend to end up making female friendships, well, sometimes, not all the time. I make them end up being sort of like flirty friendships, which is not good because I'm married. So yeah, guy friends would be awesome. And two super quick things. A week or two ago, I went to a transmen group at a local LGBT center, and that was great. It was exciting, validating. It was cool to meet trans guys. It's not the first time I've met trans guys. I'm just saying it was cool to meet the ones who were there. And I'm going to go again. And also name, an important thing I saved for last. So, at the moment, I am being called Austin, not by many people, mainly like by my wife, but yeah, Austin, because my female name starts with an A, as you can certainly hear in my previous videos, so I wanted to keep the A, and I just liked how Austin sounded, so there you go. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully my next video won't be this long. This is the longest one I've ever made. Alright, bye.